years ago, content houses looked like the future of the internet. A mansion full of influencers, unlimited content opportunities, millions of followers, brand deals, parties, and enough drama to keep viewers watching every day. And you best believe I was one of them viewers. It seemed like a genius idea. Put a bunch of creators in one house, let them collaborate, and everyone grow together. But now, most content houses are either dead, forgotten, or constantly restarting with new members. So what happened? How did one of the biggest trends in the internet culture collapse so quickly? Today we're talking about the rise and fall of content houses. The concept wasn't completely new. YouTubers had collaborated in houses before, but the idea exploded around 2019-2020. Groups like Hype House, Sway House, and others transformed influence culture. Suddenly, creators weren't just making videos, they were living together. Every interaction became content. Every prank became content. Every friendship became content. Every argument became content. And from a business perspective, it made perfect sense. If one creator had 1 million followers and another creator had 1 million followers, combining audiences could accelerate growth for everyone involved. The algorithm loved collaborations. Fans loved seeing creators together. Brands loved the attention. For a while, it felt unstoppable. The problem was that content houses sounded better than they actually were. Think about it. Most people struggle living with a few roommates. Now imagine living with 10 influencers whose entire careers depend on attention. Everyone wants the camera on them. Everyone wants engagement. Everyone wants growth. Eventually, conflicts become unavoidable. Small disagreements turn into public drama. Friendships become business relationships, and business relationships become competition. The audience start picking sides, creators start leaving, management gets involved, viewers start leaving. The entire thing becomes messy. The house that was supposed to create content starts creating controversy instead. Another major problem was repetition. At first, the concept felt exciting. Viewers enjoyed seeing creators interact naturally, but eventually every video started looking the same. Pranks, challenges, surprise reveals, relationship drama, room tours, repeat. When every creator lives in the same environment, content begins to blend together. Instead of unique personalities, audiences start seeing the same formula over and over again. The novelty disappears, and once the novelty disappears, so does a lot of the attention. Most content houses weren't actually sustainable businesses. A mansion sounds cool until someone has to pay for it. Rent, utilities, staff, security, management, production costs. The expenses end up quickly. While when views are high, nobody worries. But internet popularity isn't guaranteed. Algorithms change, audience change, interests change, new characters appear. Suddenly, the money isn't flowing the same way, and when financial pressure arises, cracks begin to show. Many houses simply couldn't just justify their costs long term. And one of those houses was the Phase House. The Phase House started to crumble when they made it more about business than it being actually natural and just a group content house. When they involved business managers and business deals and brands, that's when it all crumbled down. Like, look at Phase Lacey, Phase Jason, or X Phase, I should say. All these people, after they just won an award at the Streamer Awards, they get a whole ass contract up to them. Yo, you gotta pay me this much for you to stay in Phase. Nigga, I'd leave too. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very smart that they left and they made their own group instead, where they get all their types of money and all their types of rights. So it's basically just a rebrand of Phase with a couple less members. And I know that it hurts, but some people just get traumatized off of stuff like that, and they just really don't want to enter another content house, because at the end of the day, a content house sounds nice until the same shit with Phase happens. Interestingly, content houses didn't completely disappear. They evolved. Instead of massive influencer mansions, creators now form smaller groups, podcast networks, friend groups, streamer circles, creator organizations, temporary collaborations, all these of the above. These setups are easier to manage and don't require everyone to live together. Creators still collaborate, they just don't sign up for a reality show lifestyle anymore. The internet learned that friendship and business don't always mix well under one roof. One of the weirdest things about content houses was that there was never any separation between real life and work. Imagine waking up and knowing every conversation could end up in a video, every joke could become a clip, every disagreement could become content. At first, that sounds fun, but eventually people start performing all the time. Instead of genuine friendships, creators begin thinking about engagement. Instead of enjoying moments, they're wondering if the camera is rolling. The house slowly turns into a workplace that's open 24 hours a day, and nobody can keep that up forever. The uncomfortable truth is that drama often performed better than actual content. A challenge video might get attention, but a public argument, a breakup, someone leaving the house, that would explode online. Over time, audience become less interested in the content itself and more interested in the conflicts surrounding it. The content house started looking less like a creative project and more like a reality TV show. And once your audience is there for the drama, you're trapped. You either keep feeding it or people stop watching and you go broke. The success of the first few houses created a gold rush. Suddenly, everyone wanted their own version. New content houses appeared everywhere. Some had dancers, some had gamers, some had streamers, some were built entirely around TikTok. The problem was that very few brought anything new. Most copied the same formula: a big house, a group of creators, a lot of social media posts, and eventually viewers got tired of seeing the same concept repeated over and over again. The market became oversaturated. Many content houses started as group of friends, but as they grew, managers, investors, agencies, and contracts became involved. Suddenly, every decision had final consequences. Who gets featured in videos? Who gets brand deals? Who gets promoted more? What percentage does management take? The more business entered the picture, the less authentic everything felt. The spontaneous energy that made these groups popular started disappearing. A lot of content houses became popular because their audience was young, but audiences don't stay the same forever. People graduate, get jobs, start university, develop new interests. The content that felt exciting in 2020 didn't necessarily feel exciting years later. Meanwhile, creators often struggled to evolve with their audience. Many continued making the same videos while viewers moved on, and once attention leaves, it's incredibly difficult to get back. Timing played a huge role in the success of content houses. Many exploded during the COVID era, when millions of people were stuck at home scrolling social media all day. People wanted entertainment, they wanted drama, they wanted personalities to follow. Content houses provided exactly that. But once life became normal again, viewing habits changed. People weren't spending as much time obsessing over influencer houses. The environment that helped create the trend started disappearing. Ironically, the creators survived better than the houses themselves. Many former members went on to build huge individual careers. Some became streamers, some launched businesses, some started podcasts, some moved into mainstream entertainment. The lesson was simple: the house wasn't a valuable asset, the creator was. And once creators realized that, the content house model became far less attractive. Content houses didn't fail because people stopped wanting creators. They failed because the internet eventually realized that a mansion full of influencers isn't a business model. It's a temporary trend. And like most trends, eventually the views stopped coming. And this is the end of the video. It's been your boy Sen TV. If you fuck with me, like up, sub up. I'll see ya.